Well, exactly. So don't post the trucks.
The trucks I get. Sometimes there was one about knives. I was kind of interested about the knives. 'Cause I got my knife around here somewhere, and just putting me to shame. Putting me to shame. See, that's a dad right there. Got the knife on him at all times.
That shit on me. And if I don't have that one in my pocket, in the drawer.
Mmm. Mmm.
That one's cool.
I like it. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like dads have knives.
Good to go.
I'm good to go, bro. Gonna raise it up so I look taller.
That looks great, right?
Yeah, you're good.
I just turned my light on.
Yeah, that looks much better.
You notice over here?
I
You notice?
literally just took the words out of my mouth I was about to say.
Huh.
Like the Doge. Do you call it Doge, doggy?
I call it Dodge, but every time Bethany is like, it's fucking Doge, you idiot.
Yeah. I I like calling it doggy coin because of the fucking thing.
Yeah. Doggy coin. I like that too.
And like Snoop Dogg's all up on it and shit.
Is he?
Well, he's been like hyping it.
Really?
Him and Elon Musk, and yeah, I'm on Twitter all the time on this, and like people are freaking out because it dipped today.
Yeah, it's dipped like 3 days in a row. And I sold like, I'd say 90% like 4 days ago. So
I got a hold. I'm still at like a $300 profit. I was up to almost 7. I was like at 650. If it goes down to like breaking even, I'd probably bail out just because I don't want to lose any money. But
No.
I'm gonna hold.
If it drops down lower, then I'm putting all of it back in.
Well, but my money's still in there. Like I'm at. I put 1,000 in. I'm at like 13 something.
Oh, right.
70. So like I still have that 370 in profit.
Why don't you take out the 370, hold on to the 1,000. If it dips a little more, throw it back in, watch it rise.
Yeah, I went to like almost attempt to do it when it was at like 4 the other day, and like I was just like, I want to hold, I want to hold, I want to be patient because usually I'm impatient with things. And then also because Robinhood is so fucking sketch, like they don't let all of a sudden they start blocking like you can't trade and shit. It's like
Right.
what
They've
are
been
you?
pissing a lot of people off. They're going to get a lot of lawsuits.
Yeah, super,
A
super
lot.
so dumb. But yeah,
Anyways,
cheers, dude.
what's new? What's new?
Well,
Cheers. Cheers.
Episode number 4.
Number 4. Does that
This
mean
one's gonna.
you're taking 4 shots tonight?
You taking what?
You're taking 4 shots?
4 shots.
Yeah. Episode 4, 4 shots. You're taking
Oh yeah,
5 next.
well, I got more than 4 shots just right in this glass right now. So,
Let me see it.
well, I just sipped it down.
All right. That's about 3. So what's up? How you been?
Other than super hungover all day today, I've been fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still working? You working?
Yeah, I was working. I had to take a little bit of a break off of it today because, like this morning, because I was feeling so shitty. But
Right.
yeah,
How's Megan?
she's good. She's good. She wants to smoke a bowl right now, but I had to jump on this podcast, so she'll
She
find a way.
can't just because she chases after you guys now, huh? So you can't just put her down, smoke a bowl, go back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Well, she could put her in the pack and play if we get something good on the screen. She's watching Moana right now, but
Yes.
she always wants to dance in your, like we talked about before, she always wants to dance in your arms whenever Moana's on. So
Nice.
you can't really walk away from her. So you're gonna put like those that's another thing, that top 5 educational videos things I'm doing is like that you can like prop her up in front of you. You don't feel bad that they're watching the screen, but also it keeps their attention for an extended period of time. And dude, like you need it. Like you need it because like when you can't take your eyes off your baby when they're like running around, like because we're gonna talk about growth spurts today. Motherfucker, like she's going through them crazy. I swear she grew like 4 inches. Like she's gone so tall all of a sudden to the point where
Right.
like she did the funniest thing today. It was like the first time I seen her do it. Like I remember when her head, like when she first started walking, like her chin was at the bottom of the couch cushion.
Yeah.
And now she can turn around and arch her back, and she's like leaning back on the couch, like holding her stuffed animal, like watching the TV.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck that happened overnight?
Yeah. and it's nuts. And like all these things are happening last week. She's randomly counted to 10. I was
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
don't know if I texted you back, but that's great.
no, it was we're just sitting in the kitchen and like all of a sudden she's just like 1, 2, and all of a sudden she just got to 10. I'm like, you're not supposed to know that yet. I'm like, you're not.
Right.
They said like 2 to 2.5 years you're supposed to know that.
Really? She's 15 months right now,
Yeah,
almost 6.
yeah. I'm telling you, dude, the process is legit. Get those signs in. You've been doing the sign language?
A little bit.
A little bit. No, you're gonna. That means not at all, by the way, from you. The reason to do it with the changing time is the best because like you're changing what 4 or 5 diapers a day, something like that.
Yeah,
So
around.
it's like that's something that if you just do it on that, you're getting like that constant repetition of it on every day. If it's something else you're trying to do, like you might only do it once a day. But you get in the habit of doing it for the changing time, then you know that you get that volume up, it's all about the volume.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
I know. We just got to start it, but I can't be the only one. And like her mom comes over, and my dad, we bring her to my dad or bring him to my dad's lot. And if they don't know it, if they're not going to follow along with it, it's almost pointless if it's just one of us is doing it.
well, that's what you gotta do is you gotta get them on that train, dude. Like so, like if anyone who's gonna change Cooper, just give them the one sign. And then now you don't have to do as much. Just like, hey, just do this and say changing time. That's all you got to do. And then now you've got all these people doing it to him.
Right.
And then you build from there. I'm telling you, like, I know you got that book, and I went and I talked to Megan about it after I told her like what we had talked about, and she's like, yeah, like it kind of was genius the way we did it. Like we didn't plan it that way. It's just sort of like the way it worked out where we just picked up the ball and started running with it and never really needed the book because by the time we got to 2, 3, 4 signs, we're just not like we're in cruise control. We didn't need it. Like, you just pick one up as you go and just kind of add to it.
Right.
People are making millions of dollars off all these books. And really, I think the way to do it is just like kind of simplify it down, dumb it down. But that's, we're in pandemic times. So like us dads are the ones who are figuring this shit out. We weren't home before to do all this stuff. Now that like our minds are on it, we're like, oh yeah, you were wasting all your fucking time doing that because you're a woman. Oh, I get it. Let the guy come in
Yeah.
and figure out like the best way to do it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but it's been working and she's been great. And I can't believe Cooper's teething 6 months. That's like the earliest of like the teething you can get, I think.
That fucker's got like a super sharp tooth right in his like middle bottom jaw.
Yeah, so hers came in first.
And it's so sharp. You can like cut through anything with that thing. And it's just one little one.
And they'll use it, dude. Like once they figure out how to use their teeth,
Yeah.
it's on, dude. Then now they want to bite everything. And another advantage of not breastfeeding for you guys is like Megan's nipple is getting bit the shit out of. Well, especially with the growth spurts, because we're talking about growth spurts, like so it's insane how much all of a sudden they start eating. Like,
yeah.
One day she's not eating solid foods. She has like these little chews, these little melties, these little snacks. And then the next day she's grabbing fistfuls of them and jamming them in her mouth. You're worrying about her choking. It's the weirdest thing.
Right.
And then fast forward like a couple weeks later, she's got a full banana and she just she'd eat the whole damn banana. Plus other food. Like she's eating like a monster and drinking water. It's like all of a sudden it all revs up, dude. And it's like nuts.
Yeah. Turn into little people.
Yeah. Yeah. But it all comes together. Like the more they eat, the smarter they get. The more they talk, then like the more they run around. And then like it all kind of like happens that explodes at once with that growth spurt. The one we're on.
To go through a growth spurt and wake up at 2 a.m. because he's hungry and do that for a week straight. Like he was up at 2 last night or this morning. And then Bethany's working, so I have to get up and do everything. So
yeah, dude.
But I mean, whatever.
What does that mean? Like you have to get up and do everything. Like what do you do?
Oh, well, she gets to sleep. I have to like pick him up, change him, and then feed him, and then rock him back to sleep and put him back. And then an hour later, I can go back to sleep.
So like what time does that happen?
Last night at 2 a.m. The night before was 4. The night before that was 4:30. And then anything after 4:30, we're just up. If it's 5, then we're staying up. We're throwing on Moana and kicking it for a couple hours.
I get it. Like, and it's man, I forgot about the midnight wake up. Not like midnight, but like the mid sleep, getting up
Right.
at those hours in the morning.
Yeah.
Fuck that. That you're almost out of it though. Like you're so close to being out.
I hope.
You really are. And then it changes the game. There's so many levels of game changes. It's like, it's so nuts. I'm so glad that like we have this separation of ages, because like you're reminding me of things like I forget, like, fuck yeah. And like, and you want to remember everything, but it's
Right.
like impossible to like remember everything. So now you're like taking me back. I'm like, oh yeah, fuck. It was 3:30 in the morning, dude. Like I had to get up and and then if they're crying at that time,
It's the worst.
it's literally the worst.
And
Literally.
you hear one little whimper, and you're just like, no, here it comes.
Yeah.
Please go back to sleep, please. But then it's all downhill from there.
Yeah, it depends. And there's the sometimes you anticipate, like you want them to wake up, so you're like excited, like, come on, wake up, I'm bored. But then
Maybe in the middle of the day, but never early morning.
yeah,
No way.
you're almost out of it. I mean, you're still gonna be waking up early in the mornings, but like you're not gonna have that midnight thing.
I don't mind. I'll get up at 5 to 6, 7 o'clock, and that's fine. But it's like waking up at 3 when I'm dead asleep, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. So you get up, obviously you change him, he's wet. That's usually like the dry diaper is key. Like getting that going to bed with a dry diaper and then like getting it changed as quick as possible. But
Right. And he pees so fucking much. Sometimes it's all over like his onesie. I'm like, how is that possible?
Well, sweat too, if he's sleeping on his belly.
No, it's all pee.
Alanis we used to know when she was ready for a nap, get this, because her head would sweat. And it was like a sign. You just touch her head, she's like, oh, it's hot, it's ready to go. And then she'd go down for a nap. Now the sign is she rubs her eyes. As soon as we get the one eye rub, good to go.
That's Cooper right now.
Yeah, he
Cooper does the one, and then 2 minutes later he'll do 2 eyes.
Yeah, like, 2 eye.
He is tired. And I was in bed last night. We were watching TV, and then I was just doing this, and I'm like, oh fuck. I know where he gets it from.
Or what's even trippier sometimes is like you start picking up habits from your baby.
Maybe that's where I get it from.
That's the strangest thing. Like now all of a sudden things change about you because of the kid. That's weird.
I have been wearing diapers a lot lately.
Well, you need them.
I know.
Yeah. It's kind of a great idea. I mean, you don't have to get up to go take a piss or anything. No number 2 though. I mean,
sucking on some titties.
Sucking on some titties.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Not a bad strategy, Cotton.
Smart kid. Smart kid.
So when you get up, this is I remember this just popped back in because I used to all the time listen to the Ben Greenfield fitness podcast. That guy's a beast. I don't know if you know who he is. Got him from Joe Rogan, and this guy like is all about the body hacks, the brain hacks, like the life hacks. Like he does all this crazy shit to stay as like in shape as possible. He does like the Ironman contests, like, and so like he knows all the science behind every single chemical thing you can put in. I've forgotten 70% of it, but he was great for it. His podcast is still out there. He breaks down CBD and this and stuff. And he was talking about like his morning routine and how he gets up and like he has these like UV lights that he stands in front of, and he has like standing desk, and he's always on a wobble board, balance board. Like he's doing all these, and he's like hooked up to like crazy glasses to like block the morning light, because like he's trying to regulate the way his brain functions in the morning. Like instead of having coffee, he like injects light, and like so he's doing all this fucking shit. But that's how he makes money, because he like researches all this shit, and then people go to him to get the knowledge. So he's got it figured out, dude. He's just doing all the cool shit.
That sounds badass.
Oh, it's just plug into him a couple times and see the things he's doing, and you're like, fuck, I wish I made as much money as he did doing the things he does. And they send boxes to his house of just like, sample this protein bar and like this elk meat and like this jerky and this supplement, and like this is how to make this at home. And like, I learned from him like how to like go walk my dog and then find plants to put into my smoothie, like dandelions and shit. Like guys, yeah, I used to go walk my dog every morning, get the sunshine, and like do that warm up, and then do yoga in the sun and stretch. And then I would go in and I would do my breathing exercises, which was another thing, like the Wim Hof method. And that's legit until I gave myself a seizure.
What?
Literally, yeah, it's crazy shit, dude. I was doing my breathing, and you can put yourself into like it's like hypoxia. And I gave myself a seizure from like oxygen like overload or whatever it is. Like your body just freaks out, and like literally like I have my dog in the garage with me. It's just me and my dog, and I woke up to my dog licking my face. And like I'm not even ashamed to admit it because I'm a crazy bastard. I took it so far. So you lay on your back and you do these breathing exercises, and it almost like if you do it right, it can put you into like a state of meditation. Sometimes trip like DMT trips. But I took it too far, dude. I had a seizure. I blacked out. I bit the shit on my tongue. I was bleeding. I pissed my pants.
Nice.
Yeah. I fucked my back up too. I went so hard that my muscles seized up that like to this day, right between my shoulder blades, like it feels like I have like a bulging disc or something. Like I fucked my shit up. So I kind of pumped the brakes on the breathing techniques.
Yeah.
Uh,
Smart.
yeah, but like I had this whole morning routine. I'd pick the flowers, walk my dog, come back, do the stretches and yoga, do all this, then go make my shake, then come back and work out. This is during pregnancy. Look, that's why pregnancy was beautiful, man. I had all this time.
I remember you used to say that. You're like, pregnancy was great, isn't it? I was like, no, that was terrible. She
Each
was
his
always in
own.
a terrible mood. I could never do anything right. It was the worst.
Oh
I
man.
was like always just trying to do shit for her, and it was always wrong.
Oh man, it was great. I'd go down the street, I'd get in the sauna with like the infrared light.
Oh,
And
that's not.
but that's okay. So coming full circle, infrared light. Now here we are. So the reason I brought up Ben Greenfield is because he was talking about because he has like 2, 3 kids and he homeschools them. He took them out of school. They don't go to school anymore and shit, which is badass. Um, he was talking about when their baby was an infant and like a one hack, and it's the easiest thing to do. You don't even need like anything special. Is red light. So I don't know. My question to you is: do you turn on the light when you change your baby's diaper in that midnight changing? Do you flip the light on?
I turn on the hallway light. The hallway light gives me enough light to so I can like maneuver around his room,
Yeah.
and it keeps him sleepy enough to go back to bed.
So the key is, and Ben Greenfield said this, and it's true about UV rays and wavelengths, is that you obviously know about man, what the hell? I'm blanking out. What is the cycle that we're on with the light with when the sun comes out? What do you call that? The fucking cycle.
The what?
The human cycle. We used to be nocturnal when we lived in trees. Then we came down from trees, and all of a sudden we were awake during the day and sleep at night. And that's like the your nocturnal
Primitive
cycle.
primate? What?
What do you call that cycle of like? I'm just blanking on it. But we all have a cycle that we go through that the sun wakes us up, and it's the UV rays that trigger being awake. So they have these special glasses that you can take like midday naps in that block out the light, and they'll slowly wake you up by increasing the UV rays in it, and like the light gradually like comes in and it
Yeah.
naturally wakes you up in a natural way. And that's like the way your body and your brain is supposed to wake up. But that's blue light, that's UV rays. So the trick that Ben Greenfield is talking about for your baby is you don't want to wake them up. You want to keep them in that sleep state. You don't want to trigger their cycle. And I'll get it. I can't fucking think of the goddamn terminology for the cycle. It's going to come to me. But to not trigger that cycle of the sunlight hitting them, because
What
that light,
cycle are you talking about?
yeah, fuck you. The cycle.
This cycle.
That light, that white light, will trigger that cycle. So your baby will think it's morning. But all you got to do is put like a red t-shirt over the light, or better yet, get red bulbs. Get a red bulb in the lamp in the room that you change them in.
Just red
And
light. That's all
just,
that.
just a red light, dude, and it won't trigger that cycle. Your baby will stay in a sleep state, and then you just be as quiet as possible, and your baby will go to sleep so much faster after that, and almost like unless the baby has a rash or teething and is in pain, will almost guaranteed go right back to sleep, and that's
So
huge.
does he suggest that you have your baby sleep with the red light on?
Well, no, you only use the red. I mean, the baby could sleep with the red light on because it won't. I mean, if you're going to use any lights, if you want a night light in the room, make it red. but you know, obviously you want pitch black for the baby. But if you have to turn on the light to change the baby, then that's when you use the red light bulb. And at
Got
worst case scenario, take a red t-shirt or blanket, throw it over the lamp.
right.
Um, and it's science based too, so it's super legit. It's like it's like a
Science.
great hack, dude. That like I don't know why. You know, like the baby market is so saturated. Like they get the multi-billion-dollar industry with sleep monitors. You got this outlet. You got the cribs, all the changing. All you know, there's so much money in the industry, and yet they don't tell you about the fucking red light stuff. And like
Goddamn red light.
goddamn red light. Maybe because they sell less products, because there's probably products that like are there for when your baby wakes up in the middle of the night. I don't know, some bullshit. The weighted blankets and garbage and all that stuff. So.
Let's just start selling red lights and market it in the best way possible. Like your baby needs this red light, otherwise it will not go back to sleep.
Okay, good. All right, let's stay on that. Rapid fire. What do we name it? Nightlight? No. Red light? No. Sleep
Red
light?
light district.
No. Uh, red light, sleep light, baby light, midnight light, midnight light,
Midnight light.
midnight light. There it is. Boom. Witnesses.
I
Midnight light.
love it. Yeah.
You
Can't
get the
believe I
kickback.
thought about that. That was the perfect name I thought about.
You had it, and I plucked it from your brain, and then I
No, I
said,
said it. I know who said it. You can
oh,
look back. You can let the viewers know who said it.
we'll rewind the tape.
Well, let's see that in instant replay.
Yeah. Well, you got the pick back.
What?
I got the picnic back. Pick back.
Ah, yes. I
Pick
do.
back.
I do.
I was rewatching that segment. It's so funny. Like that. That's what I'm talking about, dude. We're talking about that, and it's just like pick back. It makes so much sense. It felt great. I want one though.
Pick back.
Pick back.
Gotta go get a pick back. Get a pick back.
The picture. Gotta get a picture. Get a pick back. Get a pick back.
Midnight light.
Midnight light.
And we'll just design it, make it look super cool. All the kids want it. The parents want the kids to have it. And it's only a fucking red light.
Only red light. But you know what you were just making me think is make it in the shape of a baby's face.
Or anything. Like we could have
like a dildo.
no, well, that's actually what came to my mind. But you can have it like if they liked Moana or something, it's in the shape of her.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Maui, or any Disney character, or we can team up with Disney because they're gonna love us.
Well, your baby's super advanced that like Cooper likes Moana already. I think he's a little ahead of his time, you know, realizing what like Moana is. The fact that he acknowledges like that Moana comes on like that is like brilliant. I love that he, like you said, he turns, pops his head up and like looks, because dude, 6 months to start like recognizing things like as familiar that are not just mama and dada, like that's kind of crazy to me.
Oh yeah, he's been doing that for like a month too. And we were at the fish shop in PB today for dinner. The fish shop.
Oh, is that the one that
like right on Garnett?
At the end, like right on the water?
No, that's I know what you're talking about, but no.
We got kicked out of there that one night, I think.
Yeah, that's the one with like the $2 lobster tacos.
Yeah, that one. It's like a big place, but it's always packed, and like you go in and it's like kind of jammed, and they have like that little balcony over the water.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, this is further down. This is like in the middle. And anyways, no one there. We had the whole place to ourselves, but Cooper starts like fussing and crying. Bethany grabs her phone, puts on the Moana soundtrack, and he instantly just goes.
Yeah.
And he's in like a trance. He's looking for the TV, but he can't find any TV.
You guys have strictly done the movie in front of him, or do you do like, are you ever on YouTube?
No, just the movie so far, and then we'll go and have the soundtrack on our phones.
Dude, you gotta get on that YouTube life, because you can play the movie, which is great, and you got your own thing. But like when you got me on Moana, we weren't watching the movie. I'd flip on YouTube, and we just get the jams. So it would just go right into like your welcome song and this and that. And then what's great from there is you can start to kind of like trickle in other stuff. Like you go back, like we started doing the Lion King. I'm like, oh yeah, fuck, I love the Lion King. And so like you get to watch that again. And like So you get all the jams, and you start going through the songs. And Pocahontas, underrated movie. Fucking Pocahontas is great.
So everything you're naming, I've watched very recently because Disney Plus has all of them,
Oh yeah.
and it's amazing.
There's
How
something
many?
going on about Disney Plus, like people saying cancel it for some reason on Twitter. I couldn't figure out the reasoning behind it, but
There's
people
no
are
way.
mad. People are mad at Disney Plus or something.
Oh, I know why. It's WandaVision. Do you know
Yeah,
WandaVision?
yeah. I
One
hadn't
of
watched
their
that yet too.
one of the actresses said something about today's times are like the Holocaust and just like comparing today to the Holocaust days. And then a lot of people ask her to get fired, otherwise they will stay away from Disney Plus.
Oh, suck a dick. I mean, what are we doing? What are we
They
doing?
fired
Okay,
her.
yeah,
They
but I
fired
mean, like, what are we doing living in a world like I like when people okay, it's like the N-word. This is my whole thing about this. It's like when people are artists, dude, like other than pedophilia, like Kevin Spacey and shit, if they want to have closet issues and they want to be racist and they want to do this, like, dude, it's not on anybody else other than like, okay, so who are you hurting? Right? And it's like you're not really hurting anybody. So like let them continue to say that because it's like my whole N-word theory is it's like when someone says it, let them say it because they're just outing themselves. Now you know who the jackass is.
Right.
But keep making art, dude. Like I'm not there because of the people they are behind the scenes. I want to watch what I want to watch for what it is. Like I don't give a shit who you are, unless it's like pedophilia. But like, dude, this whole cancel culture shit nowadays, like you can't say anything. Like
You can't speak the mind, otherwise you're fucked.
that's why with this shit right here, this is me and you. We're 50-50. Whatever happens with this, big or small, which you know is gonna be big. But whatever happens with this, like we're our own boss. And we're gonna say whatever the fuck we want. In fact, I should have done it just for this conversation. I should have done it. I was gonna wear my wife's Me Too hat. But I second guessed it because I was like, it's maybe a little insensitive.
I don't think the fans would like that, but I would, so you should have done it.
I think it's I don't think the Me Too movement is hilarious. I think me wearing it on this podcast would be hilarious, but I think maybe very few people would share that opinion with me.
Not the people that are gonna sign up for it. I think they would love it.
I think it'd be hilarious. Oh, okay. So on this, right, because I want to get back to the growth spurts and shit, because we left a lot on the table on that. A lot on the table on that, because I think we need to go into that deep. But I was doing some research online. I'm always looking at things, but actually Megan brought this across my table. He's like, there's a guy, a YouTube content creator, and he's legit and he's funny. And I want to start doing this with you. He's called Dude Dad, which was in the rotation of names I thought for this, but BadAssDadsCast is the shit. But his name's Dude Dad, and they have this one skit where he's not doing what we're doing, but it's like kind of loosely related. He makes these videos at home with his wife, like where they switch roles. He dresses up as like the wife and she dresses up as the dude. And like they go over like trying to pick dinner, like what they want for dinner. And he's like pretending to straighten his hair in the bathroom. And like and then like she's playing the dude and she's like, you want Chinese? And she's like, no. And he's like, you want Italian? She's like, no. And he like recommends 7 things. She's like, I have a headache. Just like being typical. But they have this one skit called Target Dads of Target. And so it starts with him like going to Target with his wife and he has to sit in the car for like 2 hours and he's like getting pissed off and he's like, well, I've been sitting in the car for 2 hours and she still hasn't come out. I started to get mad and then there was a tap on my window and another dad like taps on. He's like, are you waiting too for your wife? He's like, yeah. He's like, I got some beef jerky, and he pulls beef jerky out of his like shirt pocket. He's like, you want to try the jerky? And the guy's like, yeah, I do. And all of a sudden yeah, total dad. So then they form a group and they start tailgating in the Target parking lot while their wives are shopping.
Nice.
And they set up a system to like let the kids play in this van. So they hook up a camera so the kids can just jam out in the van, and then they're over there playing poker in the other van.
Nice.
And they're grilling and they're drinking. And the wives come out, they're like, we're done. They're like, no, but didn't you see that sale? Mile 14? Like there's a sale. And the women's like, oh, there's a sale. Because they just want to keep playing their poker game. So they turned it on the wives. Like now it's their day.
Nice.
And it's so funny, dude. And so this guy's putting out all this content. It's so funny. But I'm gonna send you the link because you gotta check him out. He's got some hilarious videos, but he's got some like do-it-yourself projects at home where he fucking flips a picnic table into a bench. Shit's legit, bro. Like you want this thing. So it's sitting as a picnic table in your backyard, looks like a picnic table. And then you just like lift it up and pull down this latch and it collapses into like a fucking bench seat. And it's hard, but fucking awesome. Awesome.
Huh? Isn't it a
Yeah.
picnic table? Shouldn't that have a bench on it?
No, like, so you have the bench seat, right? So like picture a like a bus stop seat. A
Yeah.
wide ass bench, right? But then you can pull it up and it folds out into like an actual full picnic table. And it just flips back and forth. Like you can just like quickly on like a beach chair, like just fucking flip it into a chair and then flip it into a table. And it's like, I saw it, like I want it right now. I have nowhere to put it.
Yeah. I got this thing off Amazon. It's like this briefcase, probably about 4 feet wide, and maybe like 4 or 5 inches, or 4 feet long, 4 or 5 inches wide. And then you undo it, and it's like a full mini picnic table. It's got 4 seats and a table. It all folds out, and then it goes back into the
When your
briefcase.
picnics, you get the pick case.
Right. Yeah. I got into it.
Dude.
It's COVID. Like, you just want to like go outside and go to a park and live it up. Pick back, pick tape.
Pick tape.
That's terrible.
Pick case. Pick back.
Pick back with the
brief pick. Pick brief. We were figured out.
Briefly pick.
That's what she said.
Yeah. We'll get it. We'll get it.
Not now. We'll get it. It'll come.
No, we'll come back to that one.
The cycle is. Nope, it hasn't come yet.
Yeah, no, you're still waiting on that one.
Yeah. No, still not there. God damn it.
Hey, can you answer this? And you have 3 seconds. What's the cycle? I thought that was gonna work.
I was just gonna start naming them: lunar, menstrual, solar. No. Oh my God, it's right there. And people are screaming like 5 years in the future from when we film this and we're actually big and someone goes back and watches this, they're gonna be screaming at the computer. And I still won't remember what it is 5 years in the future.
It's the cycle of life.
Yeah, good song, different lyrics, good song, Lion King.
Yep.
It's the cycle.
The cycle.
Fuck, dude. No, we'll get better at that. The namings, we got Pick Back, we got Midnight Light, and I'm shouting.
It's not the lunar.
No, it's not that. We'll get there. Well, all right, so let's get back into growth spurts.
Yes.
Growth spurts. So, like, I got tons of shit to talk about, but okay, so what we left on the table. So Cooper's teething. What's up? You all right?
Huh?
You all right? Ooh,
Yeah.
I hear that. Do you need to go take care of that?
No, I got.
If you want to, we can take a break. I'll let Megan smoke a bowl.
I'll just.
You might think about that cycle.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm gonna let Megan smoke a bowl. I'll be back. Just come back and I'll be right back. We're gonna try it. Get a little more casual feel here. I'm gonna get an angle.
There you go.
I'm gonna sit like this. Well, okay. I want to see what you're seeing now because I don't know what you're seeing.
I'm seeing you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I look dark on that screen. What's up? Everything cool, Coops?
Yeah, everything's great.
What? What are you laughing about?
All right, so.
I heard you laughing out there. It sounded like there was a party going on.
No, it's me and Bethany. So we both stopped smoking like the little vapes.
Yeah.
And I was golfing with my buddy Matt and this guy David. And so in my golf bag, I found an old vape and I started hitting it because I was like 10 beers deep already. And I was like, oh, that seems great. So right when I did, I was like, oh man, I guess I'm back. and then she found it in the bathroom, and she's been secretly hiding it. And then she called me out on it right now, and like I could tell she was secretly hiding it because like the juice level was going down. And then so I was like, yeah, but you've been hitting it too. And then we both started laughing about it.
Wait, so when were you 10 beers deep? This was back in the day, like when you had the vape and you left it in you said you left it in your golf bag?
I've had a couple of these over like the last year, and yeah, I found one in my golf bag.
How long ago did you find it?
The week before Christmas.
You've been hitting it since Christmas? Or
Yeah.
you just started? Oh, okay. So you've been smoking.
Vaping.
Dude, I ain't gonna out you. You can talk to me. You said you talking to me on this podcast like the girls are gonna find out or something. You can tell me.
They will. There will be millions of people that find out.
Dude, I've been smoking crack on the weekends. I can tell you that. Here's
There you go.
oh man. I feel great now. I felt like shit all day. I feel fucking great now.
So the trick, another hangover cure, just start drinking again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes white wine is great in the morning.
No.
Yeah. Just like one glass gets you back ready for the day. Sounds terrible. It's good.
Listening to the Two Bears One Cave podcast with Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura. And I love that podcast. And Bert Kreischer was talking about how, because he's a fucking nut, dude, and I love it. He was talking about how he was drinking wine while he was running 5 miles on the treadmill. And then he finished the entire bottle of wine while he was on the treadmill. And then he went out and like had a day.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, but he'll go out and he'll like function and like live.
No, I would probably throw up and then lay down all day.
Yeah, I would absolutely die.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. Like
But
I've worked out,
yeah.
I've gone to the gym after a beer or two, and even one beer is just, it will ruin everything. You can't work out.
Yeah, it's terrible. Absolutely
Not for
fucking
me.
terrible.
Not for me.
Especially beer. Like I can understand wine maybe, there's like grapes, there's alcohol in there, but like beer is like foamy. You try to do anything.
Yeah.
But then again, we play slosh ball. Come on.
Yeah, and then there's people puking all over the place.
I thought of something the other day. I don't know why it came up, another podcast I was listening to, or it was somebody, there was a story about it. God, it lost me where I got this information from. It was recent, where they were talking about somebody who was like a phenomenal athlete and they were playing shortstop, but they didn't have a baseball glove. So they used a kitchen mitt, like an oven mitt. And it made me think, I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, what if we played slosh ball, but with oven mitts? Make it that much harder, dude. Like a cross between over the line.
It would be like old school baseball.
Yeah, dude. But it add that extra spice into the game because you're already drunk and people are dropping the ball and goes through their legs and fucking up. But, I mean, and I do love wearing the mitt, like there's nothing like putting on a baseball mitt and actually like being able to catch a ball and like, get the quick turnaround and like whip it out. Well, you and I are lefties anyway, so we're not playing shortstop.
Well, that slosh ball, I played shortstop lots of times because a lot of people aren't skilled playing softball or slosh ball. But
yeah.
Also, me and you have had to use righty gloves.
True. Yeah.
When there is no lefty glove, and sometimes I'll even throw a righty glove on my right hand and use it as a lefty. It's how a righty
like backwards on your hand.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm not trying to fuck with that.
No, it's legit. You just got to remember you're wearing it, and you know where the pocket is. It's on the opposite side.
Well, it's interesting because I love being a lefty for like for these things.
Yeah.
We live in a righty world, so everything's a little more difficult for us. But that's maybe not the right way of describing it. Because like, yes, the world is built more difficult for us, but we ultimately overcome and we become better because of it. Like we have to use scissors in a different way, can openers, entering doors is like everything we do is different. We probably wipe our ass different. And
well, we wipe our ass with our left hand, and a lot of people have the roll on the right. So it's like
Bro, my roll on the left in this part.
That's how you roll. That's how you
But
roll.
genius move by Megan. For Christmas, she got me a left-handed mouse. And so I've been using this left-hand mouse because I was getting like carpal tunnel in this finger. So I'm clicking all day, man, for my job. So I have right and left. So I alternate now. And it's brilliant, dude. It's like, this is why I want to have the juggling contest, because this is another brain hack. Like juggling, using both hands, dude. We talked about neuroplasticity before. That's another way, is using both hands. And as a lefty, we've been doing it our whole lives. That's why we're better than everybody.
I completely agree. I'm ambidextrous on a lot of things
On a
because
lot of things. Yeah. And you
and
have to be ambidextrous using a computer mouse because you have never had an option. So just instantly you have to be.
I mean, in fact, it would be weird using it with my left at this point.
It was very strange, but I've adjusted since, and it's like legit. Like the first week was really creeping me out, and I was like having a blast. I was like, this is hard, but it's my left hand. So like I was like, and slowly but surely, like now I'm really good. And like so like, but this mouse is this way, and normally you have a mouse this way. So like it's also like different on my wrist, so it's good. But like I flip back and forth, and like it's like a challenge. It's like doing a crossword puzzle or something. Like keeps you fresh,
Right.
keeps you thinking. And
Right.
legit, dude, I thought it was a genius gift, and I loved it. And but yeah, using your other hand, man, like that's it, and righties will never do it. Why would they? Their life has been so easy.
Are you going to have your daughter try and be left-handed, or is that something you choose, or?
You don't choose it, but it's genius because like during the growth spurt she's in now, she's now drawing. So we have this easel that I put together for Christmas. So it's like on one side it's a whiteboard. They use dry erase markers, and then on the other side is a chalkboard. And on the top, you can roll down paper so she can use crayons. So anytime she picks up what she wants to draw with, and another thing we'll get into in another topic because I want to like focus in on it. Because right now we're talking about growth spurts, but at one point we're going to talk about like Montessori stuff.
Right.
And that's another thing of like sign language where we had all the books, never read any of the books. All I did was take like the essence of it. And the thing about Montessori is you're always letting your baby choose. So I let her choose the color. I let her choose what she wants to draw with. And then I encourage her to use both hands, you know? So now she's crying in the background. My wife she's always crying. Like my wife doesn't know how to have fun with this girl. Like all you gotta do is like I can hear her right now, she's crying. I'm like, just fucking throw on can you hear that?
Awana.
Yeah, like what are we doing here?
I also have another idea. One of these times, maybe in the next week, maybe in the next year, where we'll have them on with us just for like a special guest episode, and we'll have our wives on, and then maybe even have them do a competition.
Oh, I want all that. We need to
And
start the competitions.
Them Dwayne Johnson.
They should definitely Dwayne Johnson. Or whoever the female equivalent of Dwayne Johnson is, but I don't think that exists. But
China.
Isn't she dead? Did she die?
Oh, I think she died, yeah.
So maybe not her.
That's yeah, I don't want that.
Who's like a badass chick celebrity that's like crushing it? Charlize Theron, but like
no, someone everyone's heard of because I don't know who that is.
She's literally the world's most sexiest alive.
Nope. Who's Terminator? Who's the chick from Terminator?
Oh, the tall chick from the newest Terminator, or the old?
No,
chick?
the old school.
I waited on her at 4 seasons, dude. She came in. It was not Terry Hatcher. What the hell is her name? She's a nice lady. She's so cool. Like she was off. She wasn't making movies for years, and she just came back for this last Terminator. And
crushed it.
And she came out, so she was doing all the media tours. They call them press junkets, and they all went through my 4 seasons. That was the place in Beverly Hills. Like we cornered the market on this. All the celebrities would come through. And so she was sitting down at a table, and across from her was Clint Eastwood. Was it Paul Giamatti? It was a bunch of I can't remember. But anyways, she was there, and she couldn't have been nicer. You wouldn't know she was a celebrity by the way she interacted with you. Like it was none of that. She was like sitting down reading a book, hip, fat, and just like was so nice, and like was like, "How was your day?" and like would engage and have conversations. Love that dude. Badass chick. Can't remember her name right now, but badass chick. Yeah, we'll have that'll be the Dwayne Johnson of the chicks.
Right. So you agree?
Yeah, but the thing about Dwayne Johnson is like he has like 6 movies at all times. You know,
Right.
he's like singing on Moana. He's also a beast on like roids and lifting, and he looks like a fucking behemoth with no body fat. Like he's doing
You know what?
all the things.
There just isn't a female version. He's just crushing it.
He's an entrepreneur. He has his alcohol, which is what I'm drinking. Dwayne Johnson, Terramana.
Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson. I love that you got the Bud Light seltzers. That's hot right now.
It's so hot right now.
A Hansel.
It's so hot right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm moving on from the Modelo.
Who's the chick, dude? Who's the chick, Dwayne Johnson?
You know what? We'll circle back to that.
We're gonna circle back. It's the Badass Dads cast.
This one's the circle back episode. We're just gonna circle back to everything.
Everything. What's the cycle? I don't know.
Oh, we'll circle back to that.
Yeah. Dude, baby just keeps crying in the background, and I can hear. You hear the type of. Maybe you're not quite at that level yet, but you are. You know the serious cry versus the not so serious cry.
Of course, and that's why I got up because I thought his foot was caught in the crib or something.
Yeah, something like that. And I can hear this right now. My baby, she's just annoyed because she's not having fun.
Yeah, she's like, where the fuck's Dad?
Yeah, exactly. Because I would go out there in 2 seconds and be like, okay, I'll throw on this video. We'll dance around. I'll break my back, but you'll be happy.
Yeah.
And we'll be good. But
right.
But it wouldn't be a dad's cast if we didn't have a baby crying in the background. So that it's appropriate. It works.
I guess we both hit those points tonight.
But it works. I mean, because like, dude, how many dads are gonna relate to that shit? We're all over the place in this tonight, but like, I was reading some shit on that one of these Facebook groups, dude. They got like 72,000 people in it. I haven't hit them up yet with like our content. I'm gonna wait. But dude, like some of the stories, like they're like, oh, my wife is like a raging alcoholic, and like she's like, I feel like she's gonna kill my baby. Like there's some serious shit going on out there with these like dudes. Like they're like, oh, like my kid's 6 months old. We're going through a divorce. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like,
yeah, kind of like on that dad Facebook group that you added me to. It's like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Every single thing there is like depressing. I'm just like so thankful that so far everything is amazing.
Did you join the group?
Yeah.
I wanted for ideas. You go on and you read, and it's cool because, like, I mean, it's the whole premise of this whole thing that we're doing is like once you have a kid, you're suddenly kind of like part of this group where you kind of care about these things. All of a sudden, like I would never be caught dead in that group before, but now all of a sudden I'm kind of like interested, and I'm like, wow, like I don't know what it is, but you kind of like pay attention to these people's stories a little bit. And
I pay attention to the ones worth paying attention. There's a lot of stupid shit being posted on that thing.
Listen, if I see another like, this is my kid's birthday, give some love. Fuck off, bro. I don't care about a picture of your kid and their goddamn birthday. Don't care. Get it off.
I mean, I'm okay with that. That's fine with me. It's mostly like, hey, dads, I'm thinking about buying a new truck. Like, what's your favorite truck? I'm like, shut the fuck up.
See, that doesn't
go buy a truck.
The birthday pictures and stuff, that grinds my gears. But
why? No, they love it. They love their kid. They want to share it with everyone. I'm down with that.
Guess what? We'll get a birthday every year.
Yeah. Well, not 3. We're not gonna have a 3rd birthday every year. Not gonna have a 4th every year.
Might get 3 trucks every year. I don't know.
Well, exactly. So don't post the trucks.
The trucks I get. Sometimes there was one about knives. I was kind of interested about the knives. I got my knife around here somewhere, and just putting me to shame. Putting me to shame. See, that's a dad right there. Got the knife on him at all times.
That shit on me. And if I don't have that one in my pocket, in the drawer. That one's cool.
I like it. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like dads have knives. So like you're posting your knives on there.
It's made from real whale bone. I probably not, because it already like chipped off.
Oh, I'm trying to think of how that scene goes. Made from whalebone. Whose horse's mane?
Horse's mane.
Don't touch my brush. There's only like 3 of these in the world.
Yeah. What is that? The ice skating movie?
Yeah. Oh, way underrated movie too, by the way.
No.
I still like taco meat and alcohol. Yes, I do.
Yes. It's so good.
It's one of the best. I mean, that The Man Who Knew Too Little, people don't know, and they need to know. Like they need to know.
Well, I mean, I feel like a lot of people know about that one. They're just not fans of it because they don't get the humor. But The Man Who Knew Too Little is hands down the most underrated, if rated, because people don't ever watch it. Like no one's
Yeah,
ever heard of it.
yeah.
Oh
It's
man,
gonna
that
be
was
one
like
of
the
those things like
greatest
in
trip
the
of my
time
life.
capsule. Dude, it's gonna be like in a time capsule, like 75 years in the future, 100 years, where it's gonna be like the biggest movie ever, because people are gonna finally come around to like the genius of it.
It's gonna go full circle.
But you need to embrace the bad, dude. Like like I love really bad movies sometimes. Not when I say bad, I mean like, for instance, I was just watching The Expendables. Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Yeah. So terrible movies, but also great at the same time because they
Well,
don't.
I know what it is. I never said I saw it.
No, they don't apologize for anything, and it's like really bad. It's like Sylvester Stallone, all sorts of things, and they get all. What the fuck are you doing?
I'm sorry. I went to go get a beer and I forgot it when she started talking about the jewel thing.
Oh my god, go do what you gotta do. You're such a chick. So motherfucking gross Spurts, dude. So teething. Did you get my link that I sent you about those wipes?
Yes, I ordered them. They are on the way.
Yeah, they work like it's like you have to like because your kid's gonna like reject them at first, but you put them in, you rub their gums with them, you put it on your finger, and
What is it? Lidocaine?
I think so.
And
Because I
then is
remember
it
that stuff that was the tube.
gonna probably like numbs their lips and their chin or whatever it touches?
I remember when I had my little sister was a kid and she had that, and I would take it from her and I would just do it because it felt cool. But these
You
wipes are
should try
legit.
it. It'd be like doing a little gummer.
Yeah, that's what I needed this morning, dude, to recover. I needed that.
A little pick me up gummer.
I call it the John Goodman. Did I ever explain that to you?
You don't have to. It's from the movie.
Flight, the movie. Yeah, Flight.
The movie. That's
John Goodman.
the best scene almost in any movie. He just comes, I forget what song's playing, but it's a badass song when he's walking
Yeah.
through the hallway with his briefcase, and Denzel is just dying in his room.
Dying, dying. That's how I felt this morning, dude. Like dead to the world. I
He
needed two
comes-
lines,
2 lines.
one for each side.
Yeah.
He goes like this. This is how it goes. He goes, "This is a Cocoa Puff." He takes a Parliament, dips it. After
Yep.
he packs the pack so it has like a little recess in it.
Yep.
Dips it. He goes, "This is a Cocoa Puff," and he puts out 2 lines. He goes, "One for." He's telling it to the government officials,
Yeah.
lawyers. He's like, "One for each side." He's like, "Here, hit this," and he's like, then hands him a joint. "Here, take this." And then I don't know if he has a drink or something, but he's like, "Okay, go take a shower." And he comes out, and the next scene is Denzel coming out of the hotel room, just feeling like $1,000,000, just fucking
Right.
strutting
No,
down the
he
hallway.
did a couple shooters too.
Yeah,
And
and
then
you get them back, dude.
it's like it reminds me of being like in my like 25. It's just like waking up like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah,
Probably
Big
like
beat.
no sleep, just feeling like shit.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was me this morning.
John Goodman.
The John Goodman.
Good reference.
Yeah, Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson. But
But Ching.
yeah, but so his tooth is coming in and it's driving him fucking crazy, you can tell. And that fucker is sharp. Because like if I wash my hands, I'll let him chew on my finger, but now it fucking hurts.
Yeah,
A little razor blade in there. It comes in so sharp.
and he's gonna get stronger with his jaw power because at some point she got like too much. Because before I could put it in there and it would hurt, but it was like tolerable.
Yeah, now you're just like, nah.
Yeah, now she take my fucking finger off.
Right.
But
Charlie, you bit me.
you bet, Betty.
Have you seen that one?
The Shaun of the Dead.
No, Charlie, like the little kid, and his little brother bites his finger. It's like, Charlie, you bit me.
No.
Whatever.
Whatever. No, so I did some research because of where you were at, and I just wanted to see like I hit the internet, Google it, check out some sites, see what people recommend for teething at the age that you're at. And the frozen peas is a great idea. I think because he's not eating snacks or solids yet. I don't know if you can do the frozen peas yet, but
He's eating solids.
These little melty snacks or what?
So we mash up pears, apples, and bananas, and he loves all of that shit. But as for teething goes, we have these little ice chew things that we put in the freezer, and then they come out cold. They stay cold for like a good half an hour.
Yeah.
I think his problem is it gets cold on his hand and he freaks out because he doesn't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
So he throws them and then starts crying again.
Yeah, that's exactly what Atlantis did until now. Because we have the same cold things, teethers, and they're brilliant. Those are the best things ever.
The little chewy ones, right?
Yeah. Now she knows what ice is. So I'll go and I'll stand by the freezer. I'll go into the freezer. I'll take out the whole ice tray. And she like was starting to eat ice chips. And that kind of freaked me out at first, but she handled it well. Because I knew how to choke. Ice chips are kind of funky, they're jagged, and
Right.
she handled it well. But now she'll hold on to a fucking ice cube, dude, for like an hour.
Yeah, you're just like, how? I
She
can't even
loves
do
the
it.
cold, man. She loves the cold. It's like she doesn't feel it. I almost thought something was wrong at first. Like like some people are born, they can't feel hot and cold.
It's that Boston blood.
Yeah, she feels it, but she doesn't care. She loves
Yeah.
it. She'll just like chew and suck on the ice and whatever for teething, cold, number one. Even over the chemicals, like the lidocaine and the wipes, I still take cold over it. It's just kind of hard, like you said, because the baby can't hold on to it for a long time, and then it only lasts for so long. And
Right.
yeah, the wipes are brilliant. Like you'll wipe them and they'll cry, and then like 10, 15 seconds later, all of a sudden you see it hit them.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden just kind of like comes down. And you're like, oh,
Right.
that
And
relief.
it's bad, but it's not too bad. Where I mean, I could tell that it's bothering him and it hurts him, but it's not like he's crying, screaming for hours. He'll just scream for, or not even scream. He'll just cry and like whine, and you can tell he's uncomfortable for about 5, 10 minutes, and then he'll kind of get over it. So I'm wondering if it's even teething, or if he's just uncomfortable, or if he's just bored. He gets bored so easy these days. Like
Yeah.
we're sitting at a table for too long, he'll just be like, "Fuck this, let's get out of here," and start crying. And then the second the stroller starts moving, and he's seeing new shit, then he's just like, "Okay, I'm good." And then he like smiles like no other.
And that is key. Like it's when you know their cries, but that's a weird area where you don't know. Like, yeah, is it teething or is he bored? Because like teething is like such a kind of like it's kind of like always there. And it's like this like little aching pain for them. And like when they want to cry about it, it's like a discomfort. It could be
Right.
their diaper. It's almost like the same thing as like they have a dirty diaper or they're bored or they're
Right.
teething. Like you don't quite know. I always just default back to the teething because like once you eliminate that, that's like the rest is kind of easy. So you always attack the teething first.
Attack first.
Yeah, always attack first.
Fight first.
Yeah.
And
Someone told me that when in doubt, always take action. Never just sit there and do nothing.
yeah. And I mean, as a parent, that's pretty much number one rule for every aspect of it. You
Like,
gotta,
yeah,
I mean, they're crying for a reason for the most part, 99% of the time.
yeah.
Like for us, Cooper is crying when he's tired, when he's hungry, and that's pretty much it. Sometimes when he's bored, and lately a little bit when he's teething.
Well, like, listen. So then we need to make a bet so that you actually do this because, like, you need to do the sign language because I'm telling you, like, it'll
I like
eliminate some of
bets,
that.
and I like more bets.
More bets, exactly. The reason I say it is because you can eliminate some of those things. Because Nick, now if she cries, you want to eat? She says no. She knows the word no. She says it too much actually.
Right.
She's in that spurt now where she's testing us with
Oh, she's saying no.
saying no and hitting. And so
Yeah.
like and so she'll say no, 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 and then hit. And the thing is you can't say no back. Like your response is like, no, don't do that. But now you're kind of almost encouraging the no. So you've got to find a way to be like, yes,
Uh, uh.
or say something else, yeah, to take it off the no because they get latched onto that no. But what the sign language will do is it will eliminate the questions. And so like, we don't like we went into this not knowing what we were doing. And and you can read and do all these things, but at the end of the day, you don't know exactly what your baby wants. But if you have a process that can eliminate certain options, then you're just better for it. So, hey, are you hungry? Hungry? Eat, eat, eat. And she goes, no. Okay, so no. You want water? Drink? No. Okay, no. And so like changing time, and she'll always say no to changing time, but it's almost like so
Yeah.
like, but like, so you can start to eliminate things, and then you almost always, and it's almost fucking always teething. Almost always teething. Teething when it happens is so big in the
Right.
time that it's happening, and like the way they feel. Like almost every time I get her an ice cube and she fucking chills
Right.
every time.
Yeah. So I can't wait for those wipes to get in. Definitely gonna try those out.
Yeah, they're legit. Did you get the variety pack or just the one flavor?
I got on Amazon. I think it's just the one flavor.
Yeah, we just have the grape. That's all we've ever gotten.
I
But I
mean,
saw those other flavors. I was like, ooh,
he doesn't need that.
yeah.
We'll try out the one flavor first, see if he likes it. But yeah, so I gotta try that. Stick with the chewy things that you throw in the freezer. Those
Yeah.
seem to be working good as
Yeah.
long as you can hold on to it.
Yeah.
Now I want to ask you, um, when you're does she just squirm all over the place when you're changing her and trying to put clothes on her? Because Cooper's at that stage where the second you put him on his back, he's just trying to flip over as
Mm.
quick as possible. So I kind of like, I try and hold him down in a way that doesn't like hurt him, but like he just starts screaming if he's on his back. So now I gotta like, I've pretty much mastered putting on a diaper when the kid is like ass up in the air and face is smushed down. I'm like reverse diapering right now. Also putting on clothes, reverse style. It's an art, and I think I'm mastering it.
The
Did
clothes
you
are
have
one. The clothes are
you
one thing. I will say that one last thing again.
have a problem with that?
Um, so it's funny. That's like a point of contention in our house at all times because I have my method and Megan has hers, and I'm always trying to tell her to do it my way for changing diapers specifically. She's better at the clothing. Megan can get clothing on. Alana's really good, better than I can. But with the diaper, I got that shit down. I got that mastered. But the
Is it
age that
just
Coop
like you do it with speed and accuracy, or do you
always
do it
speed,
with grace and kind of go with her? If
well,
she's rolling over, you can flip it.
all of the above, and there's a certain leg angle that's better for putting the actually like latching on the Velcro part. Like you get their leg up into the side, it actually kind of like makes it so it's easier. But that's when they're relaxed and not squirming. If they're so here's the thing: like where Cooper's at right now,
I'm talking about the squirm, full squirm.
but this is what I'm saying. So the age Cooper's at now is weird because you can't do my method quite yet, but you kind of can. So what I do is it kind of ties into the Montessori method a little bit, and just it dips its toe into it, and also it's just really a cheap trick. Um, I give her
Distract.
some. I give her something to play with. So like we have all these things on the change table, like her thermometer that glows with like a blue light, and like all
Right.
these like little toys and things. And like, she always wants to play with something that's not a toy, like Q-tips or the cap to a jar, or the little wipes that I'm talking about. She always plays with that box or whatever it is, or like a bottle of like the baby oil. But what I do now, because she can, once they start sitting up, it becomes much easier because they're in this squirming phase that when they're on their back, they want to just move. They know they can roll over. So right where you're at is kind of hard to like make them stop doing that. But you want to distract them with the toy first.
Right.
But I've been trying to get Megan to do this and she won't do it because she has her own way. But when I do it, Alana's never cries. And it's the easiest time ever is I'll let Alana sit on her knees or kneel up on the changing table and I let her pick out her toy. And I don't start changing her. I let her sit there and say, what do you want? Then she grabs it. She starts playing with it. Then I lay her down. Then she's just distracted with her toy. I change it. Boom. Done. Before she realizes she wants to get up, we're all done. And then I say, all done. And she goes, all done. And then she jumps up and she loves it. So you got to like, you don't go
Distraction.
straight into changing the diaper.
Right.
You got to get that distraction. And when he starts sitting up and kneeling up, it becomes a lot easier because you can sit him there and play with him for a second. There's no urgency. You don't got to go fast. Sit him down, let him relax, play with a toy. You tip whatever. You're right there. They're not going to hurt themselves. and give them something they never get to play with, you know, something new, something that's not an actual kid's toy, like an adult thing or whatever. They love things that are not actual toys. Let them play with that. When they're distracted with that, then lay them down, do your thing. Another thing, I'm glad we're on this, is I'm, like I said before in the podcast, where I'm all about like the diapers and how to change them. I don't know if you do this, but I think it's key is I stretch the diaper before I put it on. Like I pull it, like, you know,
Yep,
stretching out the shirt.
I do that too.
You do that, you give it a little stretch. Megan doesn't do it. I hate it. Because when
Yeah,
you
because then
put it
you're
on
like,
without that, yeah, like gives them wedgies and
forms.
shit. Yeah.
Right.
It's like air
You got to
pack.
make it, or exactly.
Yeah.
And you got to like get all the fluff right where it needs to be.
Yes. Yes. So I kind of tug on it. And the last batch of Costco diapers I've had, there's like a pile on the floor of all the ones I accidentally ripped. Either I'm just that strong, or all of a sudden this pack, I just keep doing. I'm doing all of a sudden, it's like, I'm like, oh fuck, I ripped another one.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe you're too strong because
I
I've never
mean,
done
maybe I'm just really angry fucking diapers. But no,
that. That's probably what it is.
but you got to do the little stretch, because then you know they feel like, because the worst thing I hate is when you take the diaper off and they have like those impressions like they've been wearing, it's too tight, and you see it in their skin, you know, like it's like all red because it's too tight on them. So
Right.
I stretch that out. And I think a lot of people don't do that. And it's like super key for your babies to be comfortable, especially at night, so they can sleep through the night. That's another
Right.
thing, is to do it then, to make sure they're comfortable through the night. Because the diaper is one of the things that wake babies up all the time.
Right. Right. And yeah, I definitely do the stretch and the distraction. I don't know how I didn't think of that, but
You have to do
that's
it.
I mean, he loves holding on to toys, and the second you get him something, he's chewing on it.
It's only going to
So
become more effective as he is capable of sitting up. Because what you can do is, so my process is I take her in, I put her on her knees, and there's things I just let her choose now, and that's the Montessori thing. You don't have to read all the books of Montessori. The key thing of the entire process is let your baby make choices.
right,
Don't bring them a book to read. Let them choose the book they want to read. Don't give them a color. Let them choose the color. That's it. Just let them choose.
right,
So that alone will make your baby fucking legit more than anything else. Don't fucking tell them what to do. Let them choose it. But I put her down. I let her choose what she wants to play with. She grabs it. She's playing it while she's sitting on her knees playing with it. I'm stretching the diaper. Easy,
right.
standing there, casually joking with her. Then it's no stress. It's no stress.
You
I
guys
just
just have
stretch
a
the diaper.
table, or you just like on the ground or the bed or
No,
what?
we have the changing table on top of her dresser. And
Okay,
like this little basket on the side with like the oils and the wipes and the creams for rashes. And rashes are gonna come the more they eat solid foods, the more they get dehydrated, the more they rash. So either you got to
yeah,
give them a ton of water.
he's definitely had his fair share of. He's had one bad rash, and I think we were at the wild animal park for a couple hours, and we just didn't change him, and then we get home, and like he's screaming, crying, and we checked when we changed his diaper, and we're like, oh shit, and like
Poop.
it was bad where it's like it made me feel so bad, but like
Oh, it's awful. It gives them so much discomfort. It's terrible.
red, and it's like almost even like a whitish because it's just so
Raw.
really, it's just like raw, and like it's like acid in the poo and the pee just like eating away at their skin tissues, and it's just oh, shit.
Or they get irritated, and their skin is super sensitive. They don't have, because they're not producing oils in their skin like we do to
Is
protect
that it?
themselves. So I think, yeah, so their skin is like bare. Also, why they can't go in the sun as much, which is, I mean, that might not be the actual answer, but I know that, you know, like as you get older, like your skin will produce oils and protect you from those things, and they don't have that. Like they say, soft as baby skin. It's also super vulnerable. But yeah, those rashes are the worst. And I think it's usually with poop. Like if she has a poopy diaper for like a half hour, 45 minutes, we don't touch it, we don't smell it or something, she'll get a rash. So
Wow.
like the poop itself is like, you got to get on that pretty quick. But
Right. But I mean, at night before bed, we like lather them up in Desitin.
yeah,
So that helps a lot. And plus, we're giving them a bath like every night.
yeah,
And before when he was much younger, like much, much younger, bath time.
bath time.
And when he was much, much younger, like weeks old, I mean, you can't give him a bath as often. You don't want to dry out his skin. Plus, you got to wait for his belly button to fall off, and then he got circumcised, so you got to wait for that to heal. So, I mean, but since then, we've been giving him pretty much every night. Like sometimes if we get home later, then we'll just throw him in bed, change him, throw him in bed, feed him, good to go. But
That also filters into the sleep cycle. So like giving him the bath, coming out, reading a couple books,
he
then
knows
getting
it's
them to
time.
wind down.
Calming down, ready to sleep.
Yeah. Eventually there's this thing called Nighttime Circus, like Nighty Night Circus on YouTube. It's an app, but someone filmed the app and recorded it and they put it up on YouTube, or they themselves did it. But it's like a really, like, this guy speaks in like a nice soft voice, and it's like all these animals going to sleep, and it's like a long thing that they just like say goodnight to the elephant, and then the elephant makes an elephant noise and then like goes to sleep. Say goodnight to the bear, and then when that happens, Atlantis is like rah, and then like the bear goes to sleep, and then the funniest thing now she's doing is the dog. So like say goodnight to the dog, and she goes oh, 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 oh,
the
like that.
chopper bark, the chopper bark.
Yeah, she does all the animal noises. Is so funny. Like the first one she did was the pig. It was like she loved that. But then oh, I love the see these phases, the growth spurts. Like it was there one week and it was gone the next. She used to say she goes moo, and then she goes moo cow, moo cow, moo cow. And now that's gone. That's not there anymore. And
Oh,
she just goes like that, and like it's the cutest fucking thing.
yeah.
But now she's doing the same. She's like like the sheep. She's like
She's
it's
getting there.
it's so funny. We're gonna get into this later, but I just realized something like light done on Marblehead because I was doing research for growth spurts when you told me about it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this. That did you ever realize that farm animals are all one syllable? Horse, sheep, cow, pig, one syllable, one syllable, one syllable. Not chicken, fuck that. But all the other ones, dog, fucking all that shit, right? All except for most of them are one syllable.
For
Then
kids.
you get to dinosaurs, and this is what people you teach your kid dinosaurs or not, but then you think about dinosaurs, it's the next level. So you teach them barn animals, then you teach them dinosaurs, because guess what? Brachiosaurus, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now you're talking multiple syllables. That's
Right.
the levels, dude. Level up. It's never
Gotcha.
been said before. I just realized it. I was like,
Never thought about that.
dude, that's how you do it. You go farm to dinosaurs, and there's a reason for it because the growth spurt that Alanis is on right now at 16 months is she's going to start putting compound words together. So it's not
Right.
just dog. She goes go dog, and the other thing that's trippy about it is the kids know the order. So she goes dog eat means the dog wants to eat. If she
Yeah.
goes eat dog means she wants to eat the dog, which she would never say, but the order indicates, and they know that, and kids will get the order right at this age. They'll get it right. They don't make that mistake. The way they phrase it, like she knows pee pee now, like when the dog sits at the door to go take a pee. So she'll go dog pee pee, not pee pee dog. Like she
Right.
gets the order of it,
Right.
which is fucking trippy that they know that, but she doesn't know it's like a natural thing.
Yeah. Just that's the way she's learning it.
Yeah,
That's crazy. I never thought about that.
it's sometimes you realize these things, you're like, whoa, that's
And
fucking crazy.
there was an article saying that if your kids like dinosaurs, they end up being smarter.
100%. My little cousin Stella, that was raised by my aunt, genius, fucking top 5% in the world of. She's graduated college at 12 years old. That's not a lie. She literally went through USC and tutored kids who
Holy
were
shit.
college students. Vanessa, my mom's sister, fucking
Oh,
genius kid. She spoke 4 different languages.
what?
Yeah, she's nuts. She's like a scientist, and she's fucking like 13 right now. She's nuts.
That's insane.
She's insane. Like top of the top of the top of the top of the top. And but I'm kind of using a lot of the same methods. That's why I'm all about the baby Einstein and these videos and the sign language, because I don't think that the individual kid is necessarily special. I think it's what you do and put in front of the kid that gets them there. I think every kid is capable of that. And the
Right.
fact that we're all home now and not out and working because of the pandemic gives us such an advantage. So, I mean, Alana's counting to 10 in the kitchen did surprise me, but I'm also kind of not surprised because I ignore age labels. Like if it says like this toy is recommended for this age or this learning thing is for this age, fuck that shit. I ignore all the age stuff. If my baby knows it, my baby fucking knows it.
Right.
You got to ignore that shit and just put as much in front of your baby as they pop because they're just gonna fucking soak that shit up, dude.
Right.
And it starts with that baby sign language. And I really mean it. It's the key to unlock all the rest because you get that communication going. And they know that when you tell them something, they have to listen, but then they can say something back. And that's the key, that they have a voice. You're giving them a voice before they have a voice. It's so huge. So huge.
All right. Yeah, I just gotta do it.
Changing time, dude. Start with changing time. And then you're giving the snacks, the little snacks he's eating, you'll eat. You want more? More. And when you don't give them more until they do it. And all of a sudden, they ain't getting that fucking snack. It's Pavlov's dog, dude. They ain't getting that snack until they do the more.
Gotcha.
And then they're going to do the more because they want the fucking snack. And then there you go. Boom, they learned it.
Right.
And then you're on to the next. And then you go all done. And they get it. Okay, it's all done. No more.
All done.
And then they don't get as upset when things end.
Because they know
it. It's so key to start. And like I said, it's so easy, dude. You don't need a book. You just start with one. Start with one.
Right.
But it's legit, dude.
You
gotta do it.
I gotta get on it. Definitely.
You will though. I mean, it's already like the things that you're telling me about the way he's like paying attention to the Moana and like he's getting there, but there is a degree of like you've got to be the parent and you've got to be consistent with putting these things in front of them. At the end of the day, your baby can be as naturally gifted as you want, but you don't want them to just pick up things as they come because they happen to come by chance. You want to put shit in front of them.
Right.
You know, I got these books. It's like physics for babies, literally. And it's like, this ball has mass. This ball has more mass because it's bigger. And like, I'm reading it to her and she'll pay attention. She don't understand it yet, but I'm putting it in front of her because you don't know.
Will.
Yeah, eventually.
It'll come.
It'll come. But, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put on pressure, dude. If she wants to be whatever the fuck she wants to do, if she wants to read books for the rest of her life and just live a humble life, fuck it. That's fine. But I don't want to not give her every opportunity
right
to have these things, I don't know. I think I'm happy to be a dad. I think that's what it comes down to. I think I'm happy to be a dad and have somebody that I can fucking train.
Like Bill Burr says, you just gotta fucking throw them knowledge. If they retain it, they return it. And
yeah, no, but that exactly what's the harm?
You just gotta play catch. You just gotta play catch.
What's the harm? And yeah, while you're playing catch, you're giving them life lessons.
Yeah.
Your
fucking mother. I swear to God.
Yeah. Don't tip a whore. They're already too expensive,
Yeah.
Always double wrap your willy. What my friend's mother used to say, she goes, don't be silly, put a rubber on your willy. It was like a whole joke, like something you don't want a baby. It was a whole nursery rhyme thing she used to say.
We'll circle back to it.
We'll circle back. What's the cycle? Still don't got it.
God damn it. Text me when you get it.
Yeah.
But as for tonight, I think we might be
I think we're all done. Are we all done?
I think we might be getting close to there.
I say let's just call it. Let's just make it a wrap. I can't think of the goddamn cycle, so it ain't gonna happen tonight.
I'm disappointed, but we'll circle back to it.
Yeah. All right. So
be better.
Yeah. You know how to end this shit?
Do I know how to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has been another edition of the Bad
Dad.
Nope.
Shit.
Nope. Failure.
You put pressure on me. I thought I was ending it, and I was like, just everything went out.
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
Another great movie, Cool Hand Luke.
Fucking 50 eggs, dude. We're doing it.
I love it.
Yeah. We're doing it. All right.
Oh, well.
What?
Well, you've just witnessed another episode of the Bad
Ass.
Dad.
Ass. All right, cuz. Love you. We'll see you on the next one. This is the show titled Technical Difficulties, but we're going to get there. Love it.
It's
Episode 4, dude. We're
technical
doing it.
difficulties, parentheses. We'll circle back to it. We'll get
Circle
back
back.
to it. So we'll have all those answers that we didn't have tonight.
Circle back to the pick back. All done. All right. I'll talk to you this weekend because I'm gonna be hitting you up and texting you, just annoying you. And I'll talk to you later. Love you, cuz.
Love you too.
All right.
Have a good one.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.